Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm sure all you can see right now is a bunch of wood, but I'm here today with Thrifty Thursday, Thrifty Connects, and this is my thrift haul for this week. I didn't do a lot of thrifting, but a little bit, but I have a bit of stuff because one of the things I got was an estate auction. So I have this wooden box. It's a really lovely wooden box with a lid, and I think it'll be awesome for storage, so that's what I got it for, because I need a few like little wooden box, well not little, but like I need some big wooden boxes to just pack some stuff in so I can stack it in my bedroom, so it's not even related to journaling. So let me move the box because then I can kind of show you everything one at a time here. So the first thing that I got is this, and it was $1, and it's like they had a bunch of these. They had like 3 or 4 different ones, but I was only interested in the plants one. But what it is it's acetate, and they're like literally like masks, right? Like for stencils, and it's a whole entire pack of them. So I can probably share a few of these because this whole pack was $1, and I probably will only use like 1, maybe 2 of these. So yup. That. Then I got this book. Oopsie, hold on. Sorry, that wooden lid is wanting to tip over. Here we go. This book, which is Plantopedia, the Definitive Guide to Houseplants. And it's really like nice. So the end papers are gorgeous. And it's a nice matte book. And see, it's like basically pretty pictures of houseplants and like lots of houseplant information. Just very sweet images of plants. And because the paper is so high quality and matte, and there is some illustration, you know, it's like it has nice qualities for journaling. So there's that. Then I got, that came from this is all from my recycle center, everything in this box, including the box. I got some envelopes, big long ones, they're kind of cool. And then this I found, somebody was trying to sell it for $7, but it's not $7. It came from Recycle Center. So Earth Wisdom Oracle. And then inside of here, there are all sorts of lovely tarot cards. Guess we'll flip. Just beautiful cards. I do like using different tarot decks and stuff in my journal. Oh, somebody flipped these all around. Let's play the game of spinning you all around. And then there's a little Earth Wisdom Oracle book in a bunch of languages and stuff, but I don't really see that I have a whole lot of use for it, to be honest. So, more than likely I will, you know, keep the cards in the box for a little while, but then I'll probably like just put them in my card box because I have a box that I keep all my cards in, and then I will use these little box for something different, for storing little things. That tends to be the weird way that I do things. And then I'm so bad. I got some Americana paints, but a lot of them are really cool colors, and they had some Ceramcoat from Delta. I love Ceramcoat paint. It's one of my favorite super opaque paints, and these were like colors that I don't really have, and I've been like doing some, you know, jelly plating and stuff, and I just felt like it was a nice little mix. Like, here, let me flip them so you can see kind of what I'm saying, like about the color mix. It's like browns and greens and blues and pinks, and there was just something kind of warm about this. They had a whole ton of paints, but I just grabbed those ones because I was like, this is a nice little blend of things. So those. And then I found a few pages of this calendar here, Forget Me Not January birthday calendar, and it's got like numbers and, famous people's birthdays. And it's just a few pages, and like it goes through like that of just all the months. And it's just a few nice big pages. They'd be great for journal pages. Then this calamity here. So I have to cut these down, and I will. I got these. There was so much like seasonal decorative stuff at the recycle center. It kind of gave me like anxiety. I mean, just beautiful amount, gorgeous Christmas ornaments, giant ones, like somebody probably decorated a giant tree. A lot of set designers come in there and drop stuff off and pick stuff up. But yeah, all this glittery seasonal stuff gives me so much anxiety that I often will be like at the recycle center, I will be like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of it, and then, I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to break it down into pieces, and I will use it in ephemera, because the way this stuff is manufactured stresses me out so much, but also the way that it's disposed of into the trash also stresses me out. So, I have environmental stress 99% of the time. And then this, I also found, so it's just like a bunch of fall, stuff, little rickrack and pom-pom and trim and ribbon and lace. And it was originally $12.99. I'm guessing this was a Michael's thing. I never buy this kind of stuff new because it's always just wacky how expensive it is. But yeah, I will use it, and it's really pretty. So that is the random stuff from the recycle center. Now let me get I have another bin that has like one thing from a thrift store, and the rest of it is my estate auction. So let me grab it. And the estate auction's like all books. I'll kind of tell you the story. So first, you'll probably recognize that these are... It's needlepoint, half done, beautiful big needlepoint. So I had a bunch of these in my last thrift haul. So I went to the thrift store that had them again to see if there were any left, to see if anybody, would have taken them, because I think they were they were $3, but I got them for $1.50 each because it was the half off white sticker sale day. And so they had reduced these now to $1.50. So I took these two. There were a few other ones, but they weren't floral. They were more like landscape, and they were small and not really my thing. So I just grabbed the last two that I would want of those, I think. Well, there's a few more, but I was like, oh, Cindy, don't be greedy. So I wasn't. Okay. So now I'll get the books. So this is all from an estate auction. Of a woman. I'm guessing she was an older woman. She was this lovely German woman who was part of an orchid society, and she had a very, very varied reading appetite. So throughout her whole estate, there was everything in her home was being sold. Her whole house was full of mid-century modern teak cabinetry and furniture, and those, what do they call them, like shrinks or something, like so like it's like a built-in desk, and then like giant amounts of like desk-like cabinetry all on the wall. I was so like breathtaking when I went in the house. It was full of this really nice family who were kind of cleaning up and tending to everybody, picking up auctions, and probably getting the house ready for sale, I assume. But the auction I won was just, this is all $2. All these books I show you, I got all of them for $2 because I have a bad habit of forgetting when I start looking at an auction, I'll forget about it. And yes, you get email reminders, but like half the time I get busy, and it's usually on the weekends because the auctions usually finish on Mondays. So like I don't pay very good attention. So I ended up winning this one because no one else bid, and it was a $2 auction. And I'd bid on some other auctions because she had loads and loads of books in all different rooms of the house, but this was just there was this big MCM like teak cabinet, probably where a television would have sit, and then over to the right there was just this one shelf, and all these things are on a shelf. A lot of stuff, paperwork and whatnot, I recycled. I donated a bunch of books that were German that weren't that exciting. They were just kind of whatever. And then there were some books that were nice for my library that I want to read, like cool kind kind of books like, the history of interesting people or interesting ideas. And so a few of those I'm going to read, and then I was able to refill up my little free library with some other nice books that are like, fiction that people will like to read. So anyways, let me get into this. These are the ones that I've decided are for the studio. They're for journal making. So this is the Prado, and it is a big art book. It's beautiful. This woman had children who I think would often buy her books as gifts, and so the first kind of half, not quite, the first maybe quarter of this book is just all like text with some black and white pictures. So a lot of this, whatever. But then you get into the Prado, and you get into the art immediately, into the Byzantine, and we move into the Baroque. But just gorgeous masters paintings, right? And in a nice size. And the Dutch is like some of my favorite stuff. So let me start back here even too. Like German and Dutch are some of my favorite art of this time. Like the way that they illustrate is just incredible. Or not illustrate, but paint, right? This is all like oil paint. I guess what I'm trying to say is the way they depict people. It's just so interesting. So yeah, I was really in love with this book. I didn't even know that it was there because it was actually like, laying down. It's got like Caravaggio and like Flemish art and so much good stuff. Yeah. So that's the Prado. Now, this book, I think I've seen another book like it, and I suspect it's The Lost Words that I've seen. This is The Lost Spells, Robert Macfarlane and Jackie Morris. Probably a lot of you know something about this book, but it has butterfly wings on the cover. Look at that. It's the most beautiful book, and I had no idea. It's got these moths all in size. So, like this book, the first collaboration by Robert Macfarlane and Jackie Morris was a dazzlingly original celebration of language and nature. It became a cultural phenomenon, winning many prizes, including the Kate Greenaway Medal, and being adapted for folk song, classic music, rap, film, drama, dance, radio, card games, and jigsaws, as well as murals for hospital walls. The Lost Spells is its little sister. So, this book is unbelievably beautiful. Look at that. There's a nice Ex Libris label. And all of the pages are illustrations that are just so pretty. And there's like these little spells of nature that are kind of verses, right? So we have a section on the fox and then the moth. This book honestly blew my mind. I didn't know about it. I'll certainly keep my eye open for copies of it because it's unreal. The crow. Gorse. Swifts. Bunnies. Wood. Ducks, or no, that's not a duck, that's a, what are they called with the big long beak? Not a piper, but gray seal. Those are gannets, I think. This would be amazing even in a large format book. Like, it's just, whew, beautiful, beautiful. See all those beautiful ermines and... Yeah, quite possibly one of the nicest, like, nature type diary, or not diary, but like nature journal-y type books I've seen in a while. I don't know who the illustrator of these two is, but it's just amazing. And the other fun thing about this lady is she had lots of bookmarks of all different kinds. So this one has Canada geese on it, and I thought that was cute. Then, let me grab another chunk of these. So this is just a little German book, and I don't know what it's about. I don't speak German, but I love the pages. So It's older in feeling, 1973. And I like the size of the book page, and I sort of felt like I could use each one of these as just an inspiring shape for a journal card. Like every one of them, I just think, and it's all typewritten, and like see how it's all kind of crackling out of the spine. So it just really wants to be used for something. I also think these would make nice little swatching type palette pages or something. So I'll probably play with that a bit. And then this, Max and Moritz, it's a little German story of some kind. And there's another book that goes with it that's similar. It's got all these little illustrations in it, and they're quite unusual. I feel like this is probably a popular story, like a classic of some kind. And then the whole reason that I got this auction, and it was funny because the guy said, "Oh, I didn't think you were going to show up." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I was going to show up. Don't worry." Because he thought, because no one else bid on the auction. I said I had to come pick up my dear Edith Holden here. And then he asked me about her, and I said, oh, and then like I said, he said, "What makes the book so special?" And I told him about Edith Holden, and this is a 1977 print, I think, or no, yes, it is. So I said, like, it's one of the most beautiful books, and she was a botanical illustrator, and I told him about, her history and her death and all those things, and he was like, wow. He's like, "Well, I hope you find some others that are like that. It sounds like it would have been very much up my mother's, like lane. She really enjoyed a lot of what you spoke about." So I was like, "Oh, that's great." So there's also a letter from to her from someone named Yola in the front. "Hello, Ursula. Hope you are keeping well and staying busy. In addition to dancing and playing music, I'm most happy when making something. Therefore, this is a small gift from my craft room to you. I'm sure you have some extra reading time now that we are all isolating at home, so please enjoy this bookmark. I miss all of my folk dance friends and hope we can come together as a dance family soon. Stay well, stay safe until we can dance again. Yola." So this book, I guess, was gifted from Yola to Ursula. And yeah, I do remember she was part of a folk dance community as well. So just beautiful things. I wish I could have known her. She sounds so fascinating. Then I did find that there was a few things that showed me a little bit more about her creativity. And one is that there was a decent... Excuse me, sleepy. A decent amount of yarn in the house that was like also being auctioned. I got a little bit of it in the auction that I got, but I'm donating it because it's not my kind of yarn. And then here's another of those little bookmarks. This one has boats on it. Oh, and this is one of the mouth painted ones from Miriam Paré from the Mouth and Foot Painting Artists. So these people, they sell things like this to raise money for the charity for people who are disabled, who are doing foot and mouth painting, right, with their feet or mouths. So these are some of the handmade bookmarks that she had. This one, I don't know where that would be from. It says like Koldga. I don't know. Possibly somebody knows, but these are all like handmade. This one is really pretty. Yeah, Koldga. I don't know. And is this a word? Exo Riga. And then this one's just yarn. But they're really beautiful. And then there were lots of these kind of hardcover journals in her in this auction, and she wrote very randomly in them: "To remember about travel packing next time, do not take more than minimum something, and do not take an umbrella." And then some little, I'm not sure what she was doing here. I think it's a pattern, because she would often write down patterns, and she did a lot of historical note-taking, and like this is patterns for the pedal stitch, for Shetland lace bead stitch and crochet, rainbow zigzag knitting, pattern for a striped Afghan. Yeah. And then another little journal. There were so many of these, and I kept hoping one of them would be really written in, but this was yeah, this, someone's information. And then she wrote here, like, Nunavut, Inuit part of Labrador, question mark. And then, like, this, I don't really know what this was. Shelves from the floor. Oh, it's like, I think she was writing down maybe the books, like what kind of books she had or something. The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. This is like a summary of the book, The Kite Runner. It's two Afghani boys grow up close friends in Kabul. Yeah, like she would just write the most random things. Diary of a Provincial Lady. And like she was writing down like the books that she read. Baltimore Mansions, Random Passage. Like it's kind of like a book diary. Then another of those bookmarks, this one I thought was really cool. It's, I guess Turkish, a portrait of Mehmed the Conqueror, 1475. Yeah, interesting. And then this I thought was a neat book. Why Do We Say It? The stories behind the words, expressions, and cliches we use. I thought this could be fun for like, you know, taking snippets from. So like Hair of the Dog. Why is taking a morning after drink as a pickup called a hair of the dog that bit you? Because the ancients believed that one of the best cures for hydrophobia or any other disease you might obtain from a dog bite consisted of taking a hair of the dog that bit you and placing it in the wound. Except hydrophobia is associated with rabies, so I'm pretty sure that having a drink didn't help. But anyways, I like this book. I also love how she's one of these people who puts all these little post-its in her books. Like one of the other book sets that I got from her house was she had the German Mennonite recipes that really schmeck series. And I see those like whenever we go to like the Mennonite kind of areas near where I live. Like everybody has those books. The I forget her name. It's like Edna or Elda something. And it's like, you know, the food that schmecks. It's like this German, book series. So this is just a super fiendish Sudoku book cover, but she's written like a whole bunch of names in it, and it's almost maybe like a Christmas card list or something. And there's just a few pages left, and I thought I would use it as scraps. Okay, then another one of these bookmarks. This one has all those lovely birds. And I think this is, what's her name? Marilyn Bastian. I think that's her illustration of birds. Oh no, I'm wrong. Hold on. It says on the back, The Seamstress, Bird Perch, designed by H. Giacomelli from French Illustrators, 1895, Ryerson Library from the Art Institute of Chicago. Okay. Marilyn Bastian does a lot of illustrating that looks like this, and I know she has like a crowded perch of birds. And then I saw this illustration. It's in something else I have. Der Strobel Peter? I don't know. I think this is probably some folklore character, because I have seen this before. If you know anything, or if you speak, German, I'd love to know a little more about this character. I could probably Google it and then see. And then back here they're saying, oh, and we also have this book, I think, from Delphin, and I have them both. And then this, Two in the Bush by Rosemary Gamer. And this is actually made out to the lady from the author, Enjoy the Characters Within. And it's a lovely book of nature writing and black and white. I really want to read this book. Haired Harry. Yeah, so I'll set that aside. Actually, I want to read this book. And then these, I don't know what they're about. They're just these German books that have gorgeous, soft book cloth. And I almost donated them because they're German and I can't speak the language. But they're like verses, right? So that being said, I probably won't use the insides because I can't read them. If anyone knows what these books are about, I'd love to know. But I am going to repurpose the covers because I just love the color and I love the feel. They're so, like, they're nice older books, I think, but they're in beautiful condition. Like, they're probably from, you know, I'm guessing, oh, maybe not. December 2000 is when it was gifted, but I don't know. Maybe they're not old because the paper is white, but oh, the book cloth is just gorgeous. And then another bookmark. This one is Pine Tree by Carl James Freeman, 1974. And then this is just a little kind of journal book, like Confucius stuff, but I thought I could use the pages inside. They're quite nice. And again, she did like one page of like writing about, you know, something, and then she just never really wrote again. It's so interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my bin here because I've just got a few left. And then I've got this one, Hometown, Out and About in Victoria's Neighborhoods. So this is Victoria, British Columbia, I think, right? I'm guessing so. Yes, it is. Okay. So it's got lots of illustrations in it, but also it might be a nice read. Sea Life off Dallas Road. Like, it's kind of a, you know, a travel diary kind of thing. And I always like reading those kind of books. Then another little journal type book. This one was $1.29 from Hallmark, Prodotti Stiasi. And then it has this little poem inside. I think mice are nice. So cute. And then she's got like some contact details. And then look, she did some actual, what was that? MLS type, not MLS. You know, when you write your sources, what is that called? So she was doing some source writing in here in the way that we used to do it. I've forgotten more about it than I'll ever know, but yeah, just some nice paper that I can use in journals, and then some just beautiful writing. Like, she started journaling here 2 pages in, I guess, a few pages in 2010, Saturday in Frankfurt. She went to Aldi. Here she's writing about a toilet. This is written, I think, it's all in English. Lots of, she's in Germany and Riga, is that how it's said? So she's writing about those places. And then I found this book too that I'm going to give it to my husband. It got in this bin by accident. It's called The Importance of Lunch and Other Real Life Adventures in Good Eating. And he might be interested in this book. So this is about not sucking the joy out of eating by looking at food in a way that's like, oh, okay, this is, 8 milligrams of, vitamin C and like fat and and it's just, it kind of talks about all different foods and how to make them special and, to eat well. Then this thing, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it looks like one of those screens to kind of like, shade your laptop for secure reasons, but I think it's actually like a big magnifier because it magnifies things. It's textured on one side. I don't really know, but I thought I'd keep it around for a little while and see what to do with it. And then a lovely postcard with a seashell that was sent to her from Germany. And it's got a little cat here. It was sent in 2021. Yeah. And it's been written on beautifully. Or 2023, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then the very last thing was just this journal. So I won't be using the cover. Love, Laugh, Live, Give. And she's written a bit about Shiprock, Arizona, fossil folklore, bad chemicals in cosmetics. Ironing board, notes about an ironing board, an egg casserole recipe, casserole hash browns, We skipped a page, and then vest, and it's a knitting pattern, format, word art, Conrad A, collapsible cloche. Like she wrote so randomly, and then stories. She's made a list of stories: Cinderella, Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin, child psychologist. Bruno Bettelheim said children need fantasy. It's kind of like the Brothers Grimm published a list of their books: literary fairy tales, wonder tales, Faber Martian, I'm not sure. Romantic period, just notes on the romantic period, the features of it. Brothers Grimm, Nehru said, and it's like a quote, a list of books. It wouldn't kill me if I died. So I guess it didn't kill her that she died. What a humor. Oh my goodness. So yeah, she's like Windows Explorer something documents, and that's instructions how to get into her documents folder on her computer. That's cute. But yeah, what a fun auction, right? That's what I love about estate auctions, is sometimes you just really kind of get a glimpse into the lives of interesting, cool people who, I find I always walk away wishing I'd known them. So anyways, I'm blathering on. This is the end of the thrift haul. So until next time, may the thrifting fairies be with you. Bye for now.